Dave and I were just sitting in bed watching TV after Garrett had come home for a little bit, and then he left. A random number called, and Dave looked at his cell phone and said, "Oh, some random number's calling. I'm just not going to answer it." And I said, "Honey, Garrett's driving," and we knew he didn't have a phone. You know, I said, "So you should probably answer it. Maybe he needs something or whatever." Dave picked up the phone, and I could just hear on the other end, you know, "This is Bartow County EMS. Garrett's been in a car wreck." You know, and I just see Dave sit up immediately.
And it was the EMS guys, and said, "You need to hurry up and come. Your son's been in a bad wreck, and life flight's been called." And you hear that, you know, like, oh my gosh.
We were the first on scene. It was heavy front end damage. He was pinned in. All we could initially see was really his shoulders up. He was conscious, but not alert.
So we were here at the base, got a call to Bartow County, which is just one county north of here, but there was a vehicle that had left the roadway and went down into a ditch, hit a tree. The patient was heavily entrapped.
And I could see everything. I was like from me to you, from him, and I saw his foot laying over here, and I saw the blood coming out of his leg, and I saw the bones hanging out of his leg, and I saw the bones sticking out of his femur, and he was talking to me. I'm like, this is amazing, you know. I kept saying, "It's gonna be fine, it's gonna be fine." And
I had pain and I was screaming, and then they gave me some medicine and I was relaxed, talking to them, talking to my dad. I was like, "Oh God, Dad, am I gonna be okay? Am I gonna live? Am I gonna die?"
The only thing keeping them from getting him out is his foot, and his foot is gone. You know, it was soft tissue holding it together. It was obvious that he wasn't gonna keep the foot. We discussed giving him ketamine. If we can put this kid to sleep right here, they can cut him out without causing pain. So Adam got on the phone with med control quick, and we were able to get an order for a higher dose of ketamine than we would give for a conscious patient.
Dave finally came up at some point to get some water and just looked at me and said, "I think he's gonna lose his leg." And I said, "What?" You know, and he said, "It's being held on by a piece of skin."
Told him, "Garrett, here's what we're gonna do, buddy. We're gonna be here with you, you're gonna wake up and this is all gonna be over." Gave him the ketamine, and he went to sleep, and within 20 seconds, 30 seconds, they had him out. And they had been working on this kid for over an hour.
And I just remember the doctor coming to talk to us and just saying, you know, he's gonna lose his leg.
The longest night in the world. And we just sat in that room just not knowing. And I turned and looked to the doctor and I said, "Are you gonna be able to save his foot?" And she goes, "You need to be worried about saving his life." And it hit me then. I was like, "What do you mean?"
I remember my parents being there, waking up.
I said, "You've lost your left leg." I said, "You can do anything in the world. You're here for a reason."
So we're doing the Spartan race up in Lake Lanier. It's an obstacle course race. I'm coming up this hill, and I see this guy who's missing his lower leg. And I stopped and I said, "How you doing, bud?" He said, "Man, I'm dying. I'm just, you know, trying to get up this hill." And I said, "Well, stand up, put your arm around me, and we'll go up together." I said, "How did you lose your leg?" He said, "In a car wreck." And I immediately was like, "Huh." I said, "Where are you from?" He said, "Cartersville." There's no way this is him. I said, "Did you go by helicopter to the hospital?" He said, "Yes, sir." I said, "My partner and I flew you last year."
He told me about who he was, and I was just so thankful for him being there. It was awesome him help me up that hill.
Like, he immediately got this little pep in his step, and we get to the top of the hill, and there's his dad. He's like, "Dad, this is a paramedic that was with me when we went to the hospital last year in the helicopter," and got to hear that, you know, Garrett has now started wrestling again.
I couldn't do things I did used to, like the same way. And it just hit me really hard that, oh, I'm not gonna be able to play sports this year. I'm missing out a whole year of wrestling. And that really got me down, but I've got back up and fought through it, and now I'm wrestling. I play a little bit of football, and it's just been all right. I can't change it, so I make the best out of it. I saw videos of people in the Paralympics.
I would love to see him in the Paralympics. I think there's a lot of things you talk about, "Oh, I want to do this, I want to do that," but I think that's an attainable goal.
Everything happened perfectly that night for Garrett to survive. From somebody seeing the wreck, to calling 911, to the fire department getting on scene, stabilizing the car, EMS recognizing this kid needs to be flown to a level 1 trauma center, us getting there, and all the cogs lined up in the gears for Garrett.
We've got one job, and it's the patient. So our advocacy starts before that, knowing where we need to take them, knowing what skills we need to use. So when we meet the patient, there's a bond that forms pretty immediately that I'm here just for you. I'm gonna take care of you, and we'll get you where you need to be.
They just don't even understand everything that they did for us, everything they did for Garrett. risking their lives, you know, on their hands and knees, doing everything they did was just, I mean, you can't ever thank them enough or whatever. We just have the utmost respect for them.
Well, I've been thankful that I've met most of them that got to hug their necks and cry on their shoulder. I know it's their job to do what they do, but man, it's a special thing to change the direction of somebody's life. You know, he got in the hospital and they were saying you can't stand up for a month, and he was standing up in a week. You know, you're not gonna be able to walk for 6 weeks, you know, he's walking in 2. You know, everything they said, he said, Dad, I'm breaking all the rules. You know, I'm better. Something special for that boy. Something he's gonna do big.